Welcome back, my friends. The news today is that Tesla is discussing a plan to build a factory to build a new $24,000 car with India. This report came from India's Commerce Minister. This step seems like the next stage in the electric vehicle price war. Ford on Monday announced significant price cuts for all versions of its electric F-150 Lightning pickup. The cheapest version of the Lightning will now start at about $50,000, a roughly $10,000 cut. All versions of the EV will get price cuts of at least $6,000 as Ford works to boost production this fall. Tesla is suddenly cutting vehicle prices. Price cuts are taking effect in the US and Europe. Tesla is trying to rejuvenate sales after lackluster year-end deliveries. The move in the US may help Tesla qualify for more federal EV tax credits. Tesla did everything they could to stoke sales volume in the United States and abroad. The electric vehicle maker is facing stiffer competition and interest rates increased. If you follow stocks, you probably know that shares of Tesla fell consistently throughout 2022. Meanwhile, Tesla has been taking aggressive actions to improve sales and operations, offering discounts and incentives to improve sales. What does it mean for the economy? And, what does it mean about the future of the United States? But, before we get into all of that, please press the like button and leave a comment below. I would love to hear from you. Please subscribe and hit the bell icon so that you are notified of upcoming videos when they are released. And, before we continue, a word from the sponsor of this video. Today's sponsor is InnerLife.com, creator of the InnerLife STS system. InnerLife STS is a cloud mobile platform for mental health care and its integration with primary medical care. InnerLife STS is designed for assessment, data collection and analytics, documentation, and progress tracking. InnerLife STS creates and composes conceptualized narratives and builds them into professional-grade reports. These reports are designed for use by mental health professionals, primary care physicians, justice system professionals and universities and include mental health assessment reports, mental health treatment reports, and treatment progress reports. And InnerLife STS uses doctor-selected pseudonames for all patients. So, only the healthcare professional knows the patient identity. Tesla representatives are set to meet India's Commerce Minister this month to discuss plans to build a factory to produce what the company has described as an all-new $24,000 car, a person with direct knowledge of the matter told Reuters. Tesla has expressed an interest in building a factory in India that would produce low-cost electric vehicles, EVs, for the local market and for export, the person said, adding that the company had indicated that it would be for the new vehicle. The meeting with the Commerce Minister would be the highest-level discussions between Tesla and the Indian government since June when Elon Musk met India's Prime Minister Narendra Modi and said he intended to make a significant investment in the country. The 2 million rupee, $24,000, EV Tesla representatives were said to have described in discussions about a potential Indian plant would be 25% cheaper than its current lowest-priced offering, the Model 3 sedan, which sells for the equivalent of just over $32,200 in China. The $24,000 target price for the new Tesla vehicle was reported earlier this month by the Times of India newspaper. Tesla did not immediately respond to a request for comment. Reuters reported in May that Tesla executives visited India and held talks with officials on establishing a manufacturing base for cars and batteries in India. Discussions with Indian government officials in New Delhi are scheduled to resume this month. Two people with knowledge of the talks, who asked not to be named because the discussions remain private, told Reuters. As part of that, Tesla representatives are set to meet Indian Commerce Minister Piyush Goyal, the first person said, and discussions are expected to center around setting up an EV supply chain and discussing land allotment for a factory. The Commerce Ministry did not respond to a request for comment. Ford Motor on Monday cut prices for its electric F-150 Lightning pickup, saying its efforts to boost production and lower costs for battery minerals have paid off. It seems as though a new price war is breaking out in the electric vehicle market. Ford said prices for some of the least expensive versions of the Lightning would fall by nearly $10,000. Prices for all versions, including the top-line Platinum trim, will drop by at least $6,000 from levels set in March. The company had increased the Lightning's prices several times since its 2021 debut, citing supply constraints and sharply higher prices for the minerals used in the electric truck's batteries. Ford has worked to increase production of the truck in recent months, with factory upgrades that are expected to triple its output set to be in place by fall. The Dearborn, Michigan factory that makes the Lightning will be closed for several weeks while the production upgrades are put in place, Ford said Monday. Increasing production of the Lightning and other Ford EVs has been a key priority for CEO Jim Farley this year. But the effort to boost production hasn't been a smooth one. Ford sold just 4,466 Lightnings in the second quarter after a fire in a just completed truck in February led it to shut down production for 5 weeks. At the time of its 2021 debut, the lowest priced version of the Lightning, the Work Truck Pro trim, was about $40,000. That price was increased several times, hitting about $60,000 in March. Monday's cuts reduced the entry-level truck sticker price to about $50,000. The most expensive version of the Lightning, the extended range Platinum trim, will now start at about $92,000, down from just over $98,000. Ford is scheduled to report its second quarter earnings after the U.S. markets close on July 27th. Ultimately, unless your costs come down, and that's what's happening with Ford, there will be no profit anyway, Ford said. But if an auto company doesn't make electric vehicles, that auto company will eventually be doomed, we all know that. Last week's government inflation data showed used car prices were falling and likely stabilizing to levels just above pre-pandemic pricing. It seems prices for used electric vehicles, however, are falling even faster. According to auto research firm iSeeCars.com, used EV prices are collapsing more than those in the overall used car market. In the firm's June 2023 report, the data shows that used EV prices have fallen by nearly 30% year over year, with price drops actually accelerating from 8.8% in January to 16.8% in March and to 29.5% in June. The firm analyzed transactions from over 1.8 million 1 to 5-year-old used cars from the June 2022 and 2023 time period to capture the results. A year ago, used EV prices were on the upswing, rising faster than the average used car, said iSeeCars executive analyst Carl Brower in the report. Electric vehicle prices are now falling at nearly 10 times the rate of the average used vehicle, reflecting a clear shift in EV supply and demand. The biggest reason behind the fall in used EV prices? Tesla's massive price cuts earlier this year put extreme downward pressure on the used EV market, which is dominated by Tesla EVs like the Model 3 and Model Y. Other factors pushing prices lower on the second-hand EV market include fuel prices stabilizing this year, hurting demand for EVs, rising interest rates, and price-conscious shoppers looking for better vehicle deals regardless of powertrain, Brower said. Looking deeper into the data, the top 10 models with the steepest price drops included 6 hybrid and electric vehicles, with Tesla occupying 3 of the top 5 slots with the Model 3, 30.5% drop, Model X, 21.3% drop, and Model S, 19.0% drop. Conversely, used cars with the biggest overall price increases were traditional gas-powered cars led by the Mercedes-Benz SL convertibles, Fiat 500X crossover, Chevrolet Suburban, and 2 Porsche sports cars, the 911 convertible and 718 Cayman Coupe. Looking across metropolitan markets in the U.S., the data showed that the Miami market saw the steepest used car price drops at 8.1% year over year in June, followed by New York, 6.9%, and Jacksonville, Florida, at 6.8%. Only Dallas, Salt Lake City, and San Antonio saw a used car price appreciation across the 50 metro areas covered by iSeeCars. The bottom line for used EV car buyers could be this: if you want a cheap Tesla EV, now might be your best chance to buy one. But, what do you think? Please leave a comment below and press the like button. Please subscribe and hit the bell icon so that you are notified of upcoming videos when they are released. Please share this video on social media. Thank you for watching.